Good morning. Thanks for joining us for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10. We are on the air with you right now for the next 10 minutes, commercial free. And we'll begin by checking in with meteorologist Beth Finello about what we can expect going into the weekend. Good morning, Beth.
Good morning, Jen. Good morning, everyone. We're starting off with a beautiful sunrise this morning over Springfield, 65 degrees right now in Springfield. We're looking at 64 in Branson, 61 in Harrison, a warm 70 out in Joplin, 59 in West Plains and in Mountain Grove. Today you can expect temperatures to top off in the upper 80s, maybe an isolated shower or two this afternoon, but I expect most of us to stay dry, and I expect plenty of sunshine. We're not looking at any road hazards as you head out today. Dry roads for your morning commute, your lunchtime, and your PM commute, and that's what Futurecast will show you. Again, we have that chance of a spotty shower or two, especially this afternoon. Not looking at a washout day, not looking at everybody seeing rain. Overnight tonight, we'll have increasing clouds. Temperatures will drop into the 60s and 70s, and then we'll have a healthier rain chance starting tomorrow. Again, not a washout day. Temperatures noticeably warmer, will be in the upper 80s and lower 90s, and it will be noticeably more humid tomorrow as well. Then we keep the shower chances into this weekend. First official day of summer is Saturday. Another chance of showers and storms. Temperatures warm in the upper 80s. For Father's Day on Sunday, keep the umbrella handy for Dad. We'll have temperatures still in the upper 60s, but we do have that chance of rain, and we'll keep our active pattern into much of next week. Temperatures will still be in the 80s. It will still be warm. It will still be humid. Again, not looking at washout days, but we do have those chance of showers and storms for the next several days.
Beth, thank you. The coronavirus pandemic has forced many nonprofits to get creative and flexible with their fundraising. Color 10's Madison Heaver is here with more on what one local nonprofit is doing to make up for lost fundraising. Good morning, Madison.
Good morning, Jen. Nonprofits rely heavily on in-person fundraising events, but as stay-at-home orders were put in place, the Child Advocacy Center in Springfield decided to host a virtual fundraising event to help support children who may have been abused. They're hosting a raffle offering staycations. The idea came from many people's summer vacations getting canceled because of the virus. Lori Barnes-Miller, the development director at the Child Advocacy Center, says just because stay-at-home orders kept a lot of people safe from the virus, it doesn't mean children were safe from their abuser.
Staying at home was safer for lots of people, not for children in abusive situations. It was actually probably worse. Our numbers, again, didn't go away. A lot of things that were coming through our doors were maybe a little more severe than we were normally seeing because children were at home all the time with their abusers.
Barnes-Miller says it's important to keep fundraising up so they can help children who may have been abused. And if you're interested in the raffle, it's going on now through June 30th.
In education coverage, a recent public report from SPS shows some students not passing as many classes online compared to classes in person. So SPS is launching a new facility to help more students with virtual learning. Going through the COVID-19 pandemic, SPS says virtual learning was a temporary solution for many districts. In this public report released last week, there was a slide that shows high school classes passing rate online versus seated. It's about a 10% difference. But Nicole Lemon with SPS says this data doesn't represent all students.
The data that we presented at the school board is really a picture of a very small population of students. So we serve thousands and thousands of enrollments. So that particular data that we presented to the school board was for students who are in our most at-risk populations.
Those are students who dropped out of school or left the school building for any reason. She says if you look at a comparison between one average high school student taking classes online and one taking classes in person, their performances are almost the same. But of course, there are still students who aren't doing too well online, so this new online learning facility will focus on helping them. And SPS says the new center will be open in the fall in the J. Mark building on National and Chestnut. We have an update on the coronavirus for you now. Camden, Miller, and Morgan counties are investigating a cluster of COVID-19 cases. Health departments say it's connected to a group of friends and coworkers at several Lake of the Ozarks area businesses. However, they are not connected to the large groups of people on Memorial Day weekend. Camden County has 6 cases, Miller has 2, and Morgan has 1. The time frame is from June 7th to June 15th. No one had to be hospitalized, and all patients are staying at home. Close contacts are being quarantined as well. The health department says it's likely more cases will develop due to the high number of contacts and businesses involved. There are no state restrictions for social distancing in those counties, and officials say it's up to each individual on whether to visit the area. Now to news from around the region. The city of Rogers, Arkansas, announcing a new business campaign called #KeepRogersSafe. The campaign is an effort to slow down the spread of COVID-19 and encourages businesses to strictly enforce the public health directives and guidelines issued by Governor Hutchinson and the ADH, the Arkansas Department of Health. Members will be listed on the city's website, which will be available to the public.
This is designed to be an opt-in, good actor program that really just allows businesses to acknowledge that they are following both the public health directives, but it also shows their indication to adopt and to follow public health guidelines.
A sixth grader near St. Louis is making a difference one lawn at a time. 11-year-old Jack Powers has a number of hobbies, but his latest extracurricular activity is mowing lawns. He started his own business, but instead of pocketing his earnings, he's donating to the Black Lives Matter organization. He says he came up with the idea about a week and a half ago and began putting up flyers in his neighborhood.
I saw what happened to George Floyd, and I didn't like how black people were being treated, so I decided to make a change.
Jack says so far he has raised $110. News from around America. The statue of Confederate soldier Dick Doling was removed from a local park in Houston, Texas. Last week, Houston's mayor assured the public that the statue would be removed. The statue will be housed in a city warehouse, cleaned and reinstalled in Houston's Museum of African American Culture, a move the museum's former chief executive officer described as a teachable moment. News from around the world now. Train and bus stations in Beijing appeared quiet today as the Chinese capital cut some services to try to contain a recent coronavirus outbreak. All long-distance buses, taxis, and car-hailing services leaving Beijing have been halted. Trains leaving the city are still running, but with reduced service. Officials have put the city back to a level 2 alert, the second highest in a 4-tier virus emergency response system. In more local news for you now, after being delayed for a month, we have the new dates for Evangel 56th Colossal Garage Sale. It will start next Wednesday, June 24th, and run through Saturday, June 27th. Doors open up at 9 in the morning. You can buy from a variety of clothing, household items, and more, including a 100-year-old antique bed set. Friday is half price, and Saturday is $5 bag day. The garage sale helps raise money for scholarships and academic projects at the university. Social distancing guidelines will be followed. A special summertime rotation of the Park Central Square sculpture is happening tonight. The tumble is coinciding with the 4th annual Tumble for SGF, an event honoring the life of late coffee ethic owner Tom Billiones. All proceeds raised from the event will be donated to the Springfield NAACP. The tumble will happen at 5:30 this evening. Now here's a look at what's coming up after daybreak.
Coming up, as the Trump administration tries to block publication of John Bolton's book, we talk with Congressman Adam Schiff about some of the explosive claims, plus how hotels are working to keep you safe in the new normal. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, now we do want to let you know about a few things that are trending this morning. If we want to pull up the web to tell you about Dame Vera Lynn has passed away. She was 103 years old, and her songs were pretty important during World War II and helped people get through that time. 103, she lived a long life and made a difference in many people's lives. So that is what you see trending today.
That's an incredible story.
And look at that forecast.
Just keep the umbrella handy. Temperatures today in the 80s with sunshine.
Thanks for joining us on Daybreak. We'll see you tomorrow.